Looky here. I have a lot of black walnuts here, and they're perfect condition. They're starting to turn dark. This is the tannin, the iodine, or the tannin, the natural iodine and tannin that's in the walnuts. If you look close, it looks almost like a lime, but it has a little different texture than a lime. But we're going to talk about here on this video the benefits of the hull. See, there's a hull. This green part that's turning black is a hull on the outside of the walnut nut itself, as far as there's a hard shell inside of it, and then inside the hard shell is the meat of the nut. And this is the time of year that they're dropping. We had a windstorm, 3 windstorms, very bad storms over the last week, and it's caused a lot of the nuts to drop. Now there's still a lot of the nuts in the trees. Okay, so I have a lot of wind going on right now, as you can see. We've had a lot of storms, but this is the walnuts on the tree here. I've shown these to you before. I'm gonna pull this off. You notice that it has none of the black, none of the dark brown, none of the changes yet. It's starting to change a little bit. If you could smell this right now. They should make a cologne for men out of this right here. This has one of the best smells to it. It's almost got a lemony smell, but it has that walnut smell as well. It's almost a clean smell. But yeah, it's just really refreshing. So here we have another one here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these since they're right here in my face. And but as you can see, here they are again. You see them here. You see right here we have 3 of them together. Let me see if I can turn them so you can see them. You have, these trees are just covered with black walnuts. And look here at these. There's 3 of them here together. These trees put out some amazing nuts. It's hard to find these black walnut trees unless you're in a certain location. It just so happens that I'm blessed here at the Welch Family Homestead, and we have hundreds of these trees on the farm that grow wild. We don't plant them. They just grow wild. There's a few that we've dropped a few nuts and caused a few more to pop up out of the ground that are producing now, and I'm glad to see that. And but we're blessed. This right here is a miracle nut. Miracle nut. All right. I'm caught away with the smell of these walnuts. Come here. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we have to take this hull off of the nut, off the walnut. So, but first, before we do that, let me explain this to you. This is how they grow on the stems of the walnut tree. Each one of these petals are not a leaf. This entire section is a leaf. These are all part of the same leaf of a walnut tree. This is a leaf. This is a leaf. These are segments of the leaf, and the walnut is going to grow at the end of a section of leaves, which are made up by segments. So, and many times there's 3 in a pod or 2 in a pod. Here you can see there's 2 in each one of these. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through it. Now if you'll notice, when I first cut through it, it is a light color, but just give it just a second and you'll see that it'll oxidize and it'll start turning brown very quickly. You see it? That's the oxidation that's reacting with the oxygen that's mixing with the tannic acid that is in the hull. Now see, it's now a mustard color, and eventually it'll be brown. This is why I don't do this without gloves on. So, saying that, let's put some gloves on, because if you don't, that will stain your hands, and your hands will be stained for about 6 weeks. And if you get enough of it on you, it will actually cause your hands to peel. So, and as many as we have to shell here, we don't want to take that that chance. So I'm going to put some gloves on. Anytime you're handling black walnut, you want to do that. They actually use that that tannic acid in the hull here, and they actually use that to tan clothing, and to also I've used it for stains when building log homes. So you see how dark it's turning, and if you see when I first cut it, see how it's not, it only took just a few moments to turn a different color. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through here and do some cutting. I'm just going to get this outer hull off, and it's best to get it when it's tough like this. You have the most of your nutrients in it, your polyphenols, everything that is good for you, and we'll go over that another time. Right now, today, I just want to show you how to make the walnut, the black walnut hull tincture, and what we're going to do to keep it simple, and how you can do this at home yourself. The hardest part is finding the walnuts. As you can tell, I don't have any trouble finding the walnuts. So just with one walnut, I have that much. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these walnut hulls, and I'm going to fill these mason jars with them, just like that. Okay, and just give you a time lapse of me filling this up. And you'll notice all of this is turning a mustard colored already. It turns color very quickly when it hits the oxygen of the air, which tells you this outer shell is a very good membrane of keeping the oxygen out, to keep it from oxidizing before you cut into it. So this is a protective layer for the nut itself. It's a very good protective layer. So let's cut the rest of these up. By cutting it up into smaller chunks, we're able to get a more premium extraction. This is looking really good. We have enough walnuts that we can make literally hundreds of these half-gallon. Hope this is helping you to understand. It's just a process. It is therapeutic. My goodness, look at this view here at the homestead. That's one of my favorite places right here to do things in the evening. I usually play fetch with my dog. As soon as I get through doing the video here with you, I'm going to play fetch with Fontana, and I do it every evening around sunset. I think maybe one more will fit good. Don't want it too full. That's a pretty full jar of holes right there, right? Half a gallon. But don't want to skimp either. I want to get all I can out of it. I want it to be as just as concentrated as possible. And remember to wear gloves when you're doing this. If you don't, your hands will be turn black. They'll be dark brown within minutes, and they'll be that way for the next 2 months. It's ink in this hull. I'm going to put some descriptions, some information in the description so you can read on it, understand more about it, and I'll be doing a video here in the quick near future as I drain the extract in about 6 weeks or so. I'll be sharing with you other information as well on health benefit, how to use it, how to take it, and how to order it if you want to order it. Now look at the color of the first one we did, and look at the color of the last one we did. This is what color your hands would be. So the way we're going to fill this up is we're going to take that all the way to the area above those holes. Don't want any of them sticking up above the liquid. You need to use Everclear, vodka. If you have a neighbor or a friend down the road that makes moonshine, that's fine as well. Just you want a natural ethanol alcohol. Don't use propylene, don't use any petroleum-based alcohol. Only use alcohol that is plant-based. So there we have it, and I have another half gallon or so that I'll be doing this evening, but there we go. So this is our tincture that will be drained off in about 2 months. Right now you can see the liquid is clear, but you also see the parts at the bottom that's darkened compared to the parts at the top, how quickly they turn color as the oxidation takes place. This is your walnut, black walnut hull extract, black walnut hull extract that we're making here. And I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. That's as simple as it is. You can do this yourself. I just showed you how. And we'll be doing a follow-up video in about 6 weeks on straining it off and putting it into smaller bottles. That's it. There's nothing else to it. The hardest part that you're going to have is finding these right here. Finding these. And you need to do it now. I'm up here in the western North Carolina mountains and the Appalachian forest in the Smoky Mountains. And I'm a few weeks behind, say, North Georgia or lower elevations. So in their areas, it's already too late to do what we're doing here. This is the perfect timing when you have good firm holes, even though they're green and partially brown. But once they have turned this much, it's too late. There's a good nut in there to harvest, but it is too late to do this right here. I've already taught you how to do it yourself, so try it if you can. I'm sure that you can find some neighbor or somebody that's a friend that has some black walnuts that will give you some black walnuts to try. It don't take many to actually make you enough for yourself. Again, this right here is enough for me and quite a few other people. I'm also going to be filling up quite a few other jars as well. So Don't hesitate on trying something new. Even if you mess up on something, who cares? It's just your own little experiment. But this here is foolproof. This is one of the easiest things you can do, as long as you have the right material to do it with. And you want the wild black walnut to do this, to make it from the hulls, and you'll have a premium tincture for black walnut hull extract. And it helps you to cleanse the parasites and the worms from your body. Isn't that amazing? All right. God bless you. This is Jeff Welch from Welch Family Homestead.